Woo-hoo-hoo. Represent Mr. T.
Zed. How you guys doing?
Represent.
What's up?
What's up, Mr. T?
What's going on? Let me put this right here.
Yeah, Bala.
Looks good? What's up?
Good morning.
Good morning. Always there.
Here too.
What's up, Mr. T?
Mohawk. I bought the tripod, buddy. Are we gonna need it?
Manu, are you
Are you on your
filming?
computer?
Manu is filming us. It's too much.
Bro, come on, man. I'm gonna stop, bro.
Here, man, you can start. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and forth. That's
You gotta be here to
That's
stop.
what I do every day. Yeah, like I'm go get my cookies ready in 2 minutes.
All right, here we go.
No, not yet. Wait.
What are you
I'm
doing?
setting up.
What are you saying?
What is wrong with this guy, man?
Look.
Why are you filming us? We're already filming us.
You never know, Bobo. You never know.
Go back up. Okay.
You never
I'll get
know.
my tripod. I'm gonna film you
geez.
filming me.
Everyone got
filming you.
tripods?
Hey,
Yes.
that's actually a very good point because the audio is through my Bluetooth, so we're not gonna be able to see anything, hear anything. So bad idea.
Manu filming me, filming us. So we're sure we being filmed.
All right, here we go. Today in the shop, we have Tiago, the Beast Splitter.
What's up, fellas? What's up?
We got Boris, the actual most interesting man in the world, DL.
Hey, how you doing?
And we got Manu, Supergrams Ginobili.
Rams.
Thank you.
Welcome, Ballas. Welcome. How you doing? Bubba, is this too early for you?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why you guys choose that time. Like you say, okay, 10 o'clock San Antonio time. I'm in Utah. It's 9 a.m. It's confinement, so I don't have to usually get up in the morning. So I'm going to bed pretty late. So that's very, very early for me.
I was just going to ask you what grade you would give Bobo for his on time to late ratio.
Usually he's on time 3 to 4% of the time, but today he was. So I'm gladly
It's a
pleased
miracle.
that this virus got you in time, on time.
Okay, then I'm going to leave and then be late for 5 minutes.
But I got another question for Bobo. Hey, where was Mr. T seen with just a stash? What type of Mr. T is that? In France, they have a how you call it when somebody does the same, but the stunt, a stunt?
No.
Double.
So,
Stunt double.
yeah. No. So I had the goatee, like Mr. T. Mr. T had the goatee, right?
No,
Yeah.
no.
No,
He had the full
beard, right?
He got the full beard. It was never Mr. T what you did.
So at first when I did it, I cut it and then I had the full beard and then I had the goatee. And then we have like a mustache club too. Like some friends like say, okay, we're gonna go. It's like
It's a blend.
we've been
It's a
confined
mix
for
of
so long
character.
that we feel it's already November. So we're doing November a little early because we confined.
Let's see.
Okay.
Hey, so we've obviously got a lot of memories over the number of years that we've been together. This crew right here has also got a lot of nicknames. Some have been named by other people. Most of them we've named ourselves. Manu, do you want to name a couple that you remember or that you think of? One, Tiago, Boris?
Manu.
Depends.
I don't know what you guys want to talk about.
I don't know. The one that you popularized and you made famous was Gramps, and I took it with passion, and I represented my Gramsdom with a lot of pride. So I started being Gramps at 36, I think, when you came to when you came to the Spurs. I was a Gramps for all the last 4 years, and then you started with the Grandpa Juice thing, and it blew out. So that was my nickname. Bobo. Bobo had a verb. Bobo has a verb. It's a different thing.
Oh, yes.
When you can, your nickname becomes a verb, is big time.
Yeah.
So you explain, buddy. You explain, buddy, that one.
Me explain which one?
Boboing.
What does it? Yeah. What does it mean to be boboing? Or
so for everyone that Bobo, first of all, has a lot of nicknames, but it is a verb, and the verb is boboing. And when you are boboing, it means you are daydreaming, you're thinking about a million other things,
all your business
other than the moment, and you're kind of off in the fairyland kind of thing, I guess you can put it. So Bobo is the absolute king of this kind of action, and we've named it Boboing. So he'll probably be doing it during this time on coffee right now. You guys will notice it.
But it happened.
I'm very focused right now.
It happened a few times that, after 30 games in the season, we are talking about the next opponent, and, Vince Carter, for example, was, playing against us. I said, Vince is in Dallas. Like, after 30 games, like, he had no idea. Or, is he back? He was hurt. Yeah, like 50 games ago. So that was a very usual comment by Bobo, and he became to be boboing.
He can't even boboing in a group chat. So we talked about something, and 2 weeks later, he comes back on that subject and he answers you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, Tiago, you had a new baby? Oh.
Yeah, just like that.
3 weeks later.
She's 1.5. Good stuff. We've also had a lot of nicknames as a group. Started, I don't know, one of the first ones, United Nations maybe would have been the first one. A lot of people say the OG Coffee Crew. We've got Happy Campers, we've got Happy Divers, and we've got a big list of
the frogging.
What's that?
The frogging.
Frogging is another one. Yeah. Probably the most recent one has been the banana boat. But what is it?
No, the winner.
Winner boat.
Winner boat, guys. Or boys. Was it guys or boys?
I think it was boys. Winner boat boys.
It's the boys.
Hey, that was one heck of a picture, man.
Yeah, it was
great.
Took a long time to get it right, though.
Give us the rundown.
To get it wrong, I guess.
I think that the winner boat was a little undersized for our 800 pounds. Maybe 900 now. But it was fun. It was fun.
Bubba, give us the rundown on how we try to plan on who should go in what position to get on the. Well, first of all, we got to tell people what the actual float was.
Well, it was a hot dog, like a winner.
Yeah, it was a winner actually. But it was a hot dog.
Okay.
What was the strategy?
He came from that famous video where I think it was LeBron, Dwayne Wade, was it Bosch?
CP, I think it was.
CP3. They were super gracious on the banana boat. It was a huge boat.
Massive.
That was like, it was made for like people, And so they were like super gracious on it. And so we're like, okay, I think we can do the same thing because we are gracious ourselves. Except I had the little version of it. So it was like a little wiener hot dog boat float, and it was meant for 3 people. So that's also the reason why it wasn't
normal people.
Well. It was meant for 3 people of regular size. but you know, Tiago is really tall and heavy, so it didn't work.
Yeah, me.
So we tried. I mean, yeah, that's what we can get to the people at some point. Is actually all the tries and all the fails that we had, because it took a long time before we were able to actually stand on it for more than 2 seconds. But during all these trials, yeah, we figured it out. Who's got to in what position, and so yeah, I was in the front. I guess we were going from the heaviest to the least heaviest in the back. Maybe at that time.
Yeah, now you trained like 50, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I do so much sport.
Hey, this really helps. It makes you look.
Yeah, right? I'm very
Yes.
elongated.
And black shirt too. Slimming.
Right.
Tiago, what's some of your fondries of your favorite All-Star break and workouts during All-Star break? Do you have any of those camping trips, maybe workout?
So we went camping together. So me, Boris, and Patty, not Manu. So I don't know what he was doing. Probably with his family.
It was in Costa Rica with the family.
I got 3 kids, man. Come on.
Yeah.
You're going to go camping.
And I don't know if it was Falzone, the strength coach. They gave us a plan for the All-Star break, and we have to do all these exercises, you know, like bench press and curls and, you know, different exercises. But we were in middle of the wild. All we had was logs and rocks. How we couldn't do those exercises. So we make our exercise. I hope you guys have the video there and show pictures. I think we still got those. It was pretty funny.
Still got it.
That was very funny. That was very funny, actually.
And then the first
we
day.
We can use that for this show.
Yeah, and then the first day of, you know, after the break, I think Pop showed to the whole team the video. It was fun. It
was very fun.
Man of the bush.
That's commitment right there.
Gramps, we've all come around to something else other than basketball, a million things obviously, but the latest one has been around the ocean, and we've had a special instructor that's been able to grade a couple of grades up or get us to our next level. You want to tell us a little bit?
He might lose his license today.
Those activities.
First of all, I gotta say that he's a very responsible instructor. It surprised me. I thought he was gonna be more, you know, laid back, take it easy, but no, he was very responsible. But we have an issue with the language thing. So the
translation even underwater.
Yes. So with his accent, my accent, and a little lack of communications, we had a couple issues underwater. Minor. Don't worry about it, because it was very minor. But we struggled to connect. I mean, we connected very well. We connected very well on the court, but underwater, we got to improve on that.
Tell everyone what it is.
It was a lot of fun. We had so many. We had like 5 out of 8 dives.
We're talking about.
We were doing one of the tests. One of the tests to get certified with the advanced level is that you gotta follow your compass and be try to find where you are or go back to the same point without good visibility. So I was doing it, and he was following me on the test, and I was following the compass. And, you know, after so many strokes, you turn right, so many strokes, you turn right, and then you should, you know, after some time, you should go back to the original point. And I was swimming, and I thought I had it. I was completely sure that I had it. And then I see Bobo's hand like this, pointing towards there. I said, no, I'm perfect. I'm going east, and that's where the flag was. And he keeps doing like this. So I said, gosh. So I started going, and then he said, no, like that. So I was completely confused. Underwater, you can't talk. So I didn't know if I had to go like that, if I was messing up like this. And I was so upset that I wanted to punch him under the water. Wouldn't work. And I was very, very angry.
Underwater.
And yeah, bubbles everywhere. But so now you explain, Bobo, what happened.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be low visibility, and because the water over there was so clear that you could see exactly where to go. So I didn't want you to see. So I was just putting my hand in front of your eyes so you would just follow your compass and not look up. But you thought my hand was pointing at the direction, but it was just trying to cover in your eyes. So the whole time you were like, where am I going? So yeah, it was lost in translation.
So for everyone, for context,
we'll get the video. We get a video of Manu scuba diving, so you'll see.
It's coming. It's coming in
another year.
In 2025.
No.
Michael Jordan's video is coming now. It was in what was it? 96
today.
So maybe in 25 years we'll get it.
So for everyone, for context, we're talking about scuba diving, which we are all certified scuba divers. Tiago, Gramps, and myself. And
Tiago's not certified yet. Tiago just did because he didn't
Discovery.
have time. Too busy. Was working.
Is this your show? I'm trying to pump the guy up.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, we've been told it's a conversation, right, Bobo?
Yeah, but it's very serious. You cannot give somebody a certification when he doesn't have it. So as an instructor, no, it's not yet. But it will be soon.
Tiago is on his way to becoming a certified scuba diver. But Boris, the most interesting man in the world, is an actual master diver. Is that correct?
No, I'm instructor. Scuba diving instructor.
Scuba diving instructor. So for anyone out there that wants to get certified, Uncle Bobo, Paddy Divers. There is a memory of based around a dinner that had happened quite a number of years ago. For everyone that remembers the dress, blue dress, turquoise dress, whatever, the gold dress, whatever, black and blue, I think it was, and gold and something. There's been another one of those that have come up as of late, if I am to remember correctly.
Ooh, I gotta redo it.
Laurel. Laurel.
I just gotta redo it every day.
Laurel.
So
come on.
No, but if somebody, a neurologist or a brain scientist are listening to this, somebody find out what's going on with me, because it changes every time. It changed with the dress. Yeah, it's unbelievable. My wife looks at me like saying, one day is Laurel, one day is Yanni, one day is Laurel, one day is Yanni.
Let's go back to the blue dress, because I remember exactly, because we were on our way.
I don't remember how exactly.
We were on our way to that place where there is a crate place right in front of it, the restaurant. So I remember that.
We were in where?
Sacramento.
Yeah, Sacramento. And so we were in the bus, and in the bus, the whole thing about the dress came out. It's like, is it a blue dress or is it a black dress? Black and white or blue and gold? And so, so we all have our idea. And so me and Tiago always agree. Patty is like, no, that's black and white. And me and Tiago say it's blue and gold. And Manu is like, yeah, it's blue and gold. No, he says it's black and white. So Manu is like in the bus, and he's like, yeah, it's definitely black and white. I don't know what you guys talking about. You and Tiago are crazy. We go down the bus. We go to the restaurant. And on the way to the restaurant, Manu looked at the picture. He was like, oh, no, that's the wrong picture. That's a blue dress picture. It's not. Like, it's the one like an hour ago, you were yelling at me and Tiago, saying it was black and white, and now you're saying it's blue and gold. So Manu's brain changed on an hourly basis.
Does anyone want to tell us about the Nespresso machine in the locker room?
No, first of all, let's get back to the warm up. You know. So, hey, so this is a regular warm up in the NBA, right? You go to the court, you do the line, You go right
Layup.
left, layup,
Reverse layup.
And then you kind of like stop doing the layup and you shoot a little bit, right? Well, Boris disappeared. When everybody started to shoot, he disappeared. And first we were like, wonder, where's Boris? Where is he? He goes back to the locker room. He got his Nespresso machine and he drinks a coffee. And he's there just chilling. Well, everybody like worried about the game and trying to, you know, tune your shot a little bit before the game, feel good. He's there drinking coffee. I mean, this is amazing. I never
Pre-game routine.
Routine. You gotta stay with the routine.
Can you tell us a little bit about that method and that strategy and how it was effective for what, 15 years, 17 years?
Yeah, so start a few years ago when, you know, everybody's like shooting kind of at the same time, and I feel like it's not that efficient because there's too many balls in the air when you're shooting anyway, and so you're not really focused on it.
This is way more efficient. Just, you know, by myself, 100%.
You gotta relax right before the game, you know? And so, yeah, I just go. I'm usually already relaxed, but I think it started when I was in Phoenix. And in Phoenix, when I was going back in the locker room, Roger Bell was back there too. And he was drinking like a Red Bull, but he was trying to count down also because he was getting so nervous before the games and stuff. So he would just go back and relax a few minutes before the game. And so, yeah, I just got into that, getting that, okay, that's a good time to get my coffee in, you know, get a little bit of caffeine before the game, but, you know, not do it 2 hours before the game. So, yeah, I feel like during the warm-up is good, and there's too many people on the court anyway, so you just go and calm down. You know, it's the calm before the storm.
You're a role model, man. What if everyone do that? Come on.
Well, then it's too many people in the locker room, and then I would put my coffee machine on the floor.
So when was your real time, your actual time to warm up?
Oh, I don't know. It started at 20. I think it's like 3 minutes we do the lines. After 3 minutes, I run back to the locker, and then I come back around 7. Yeah, around 7, 8, something like that.
Bobo, the true answer, the real answer is you never warm up. You just play. You were stiff as hell, and you couldn't move much. And it took us, you know, 10 minutes to warm you up, because Patty and me were running like crazy in the sideway, the side of the bench.
The true answer is that I'm always warmed up. I'm always warmed up.
Your little routine, Manu, that you would do in the timeouts, and what would happen when we would look over to Boris? What would you do?
You know, I was Rams. So I was 38, 39, 40, so and I was supposed to be the spark, like a humid. I was a humid spark, like a spark with. So I had to warm up a lot because my joints were not ready to just instant activity. So I was, every time out, I was running and, you know, defensive slides and jumping and high knees and touching the floor and, you know, getting ready. Then Patty started doing some at his pace. He's younger, and then I look at Boris on the table. He was like this. Sometimes like this.
Yeah.
I say, come on, man. We are we are supposed to be the energetic crew coming here to change the pace of the game. And the guy was like this. That was the most we could get him to do. So
everybody got a roll. I was the support cast. You guys running around and then you the ball.
Very frustrating.
Back, you know. It's great. Worked great.
So another memory that I remember on the court, since we're talking about court, is a little competition or a tally that we all used to take. I mean, I wasn't much of a contribution to this tally, but there was a little bit of a competition between us, right? That we tallied throughout the season. You want to tell us about that?
Well, between us or between Bobo and me?
Yeah,
Well,
both.
Patty was there, but Patty had one. He never had one. I don't think he ever had one.
You were the judge.
I
You
was there.
were the
I just
ref.
had zero.
Oh yeah, you were the ref. But I think I was unbeaten in the last 4 years.
Tell us about it.
I don't know.
You
He
know,
was
me
a tie.
being
The first year was a tie.
40, Bobo being 40 pounds overweight. We we started to do a dunk contest, I guess. Who dunked the most
Competition.
in a season competition. Usually was 2-1, 3-2, 4-1 here and there. But yeah, we were not dunking that much.
I think the first year was like 6-6. Like the first year, we still had bounce. We were bouncing. And then was the years. I think the last year was 1-0.
Yes, I think last season was 1-0.
I think you won 1-0 the last year or something.
High scoring.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But hey, it was highly celebrated because whenever we got a dunk, it was a big deal. So.
And everybody was aware of it too.
But the good thing is that we needed a lot of refs because usually the dunks were like does it count or not, Patty? We were asking Patty on the fly, like, Patty, that one counts? I actually have a video like asking you, does it count? Like, was it the dunk? And Patty would say yes or no. So.
Now, the problem is, Manu, you cheated because you had the ball and you were supposed to throw me some lobs, but you never threw it because you were scared I was winning the competition. So
no, I wasn't scared. I was scared at Pop if I throw you a lob to you. I could be benched for a month.
Classic. All right, second half. Here we go. We got new shirts. We got new coffees. Is this not second half? This is last quarter. We'll make it last 5 minutes of the game.
Or overtime. Overtime.
Crunch time. I'm sitting here interviewing the old farts who have now retired. What's life been like on the other side? Relaxing, retiring, waking up at 9 o'clock is apparently too early, but what's been going on?
It was still too early when he was playing. Don't get people the wrong impression. He was waking up at 9:35 to practice at 10, but now you talk.
Yeah, no, I think, I think TIAGO is the one that's like working the most, out of us. He's got a full-time job and being busy around. TIAGO is it on the other side?
Well, I don't know if everybody knows, but I'm working with the Brooklyn Nets as an assistant coach. I guess most of the guys who want to watch this video will be this Spurs fan. But I have some familiar faces there. Sean Marks, the GM, JV, Brad Biomeyer, video guy. I think being an assistant coach now, being involved with basketball is something that I thought about doing. I love being in the court with the guys. I think it just keeps me busy, and I have a goal, and I feel adrenaline again. I was missing a lot that when I stopped playing, and being assistant coach, I feel like I have that again. It's not the same, I guess. Basketball player is the best job in the world, but I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. And
nice, Manu. What do you do then? Like you said, he had the adrenaline from the court.
No. I don't feel the need for adrenaline. I'm in a decontamination mode, releasing all the pressure and all the stress that I had over my career. And it's been, we are actually very close to my second anniversary from my last game. And so far I'm loving the predictability of my life, enjoying time with my family, being able to travel more, going back to Argentina when it's nicer over there, before I was always only able to go in the winter. Summer here is winter there. It was not fun. now that I have time off, I can go in December, January, and February. That it's super fun. All my family is there, relaxed, and enjoy the beach and the weather. And in the last month, full-time job as a homeschool teacher. No, enjoying the family, just loving free time. That's the biggest takeaway. Having time to enjoy it and dispose it and use it the way I want. So it's been 2 years.
You did it 2 years now. Do you plan on doing something else, or you keep writing like that? You enjoy it?
As long as I keep enjoying and I'm not bored and antsy to do other stuff, I'll stay like this. Then we'll see. But as of now, no immediate plans.
See, this is why I can't hang around with you guys too much.
What about you, Bobo?
Oh. Me?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah,
you got like 25 jobs right now. Tell us about it.
Yeah, a little bit too many still, but like Manu was saying, like the most enjoyable thing is the flexibility to actually making my own schedule and being wherever I want to be when I want. The only thing that I have a time frame where I got to be there is with the national team. So it's during the competitions, the World Cup, the European Cup, the Olympics, which actually now has been postponed. So now I got the summer free, which it was not planned, but it's still been postponed to next year. So this summer I got to figure out all the stuff I want to do. But outside of that, I get to travel, go on a boat, go diving, go camping, and doing all kind of things. So it's been really good. It's been really good.
So for everyone watching, if you haven't worked it out, Bobo has a small boat that he sails around the world. Its name is Babak, and that's where he's able to do his diving instructor lessons. But you also ski man, photographer, safari man. I mean, can we go down the list?
No, it's too long. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The flexibility, being able to travel. I spend a lot of time in Utah where I get to ski, and then I spend time on a boat where I get to dive. So yeah, I try to do all the different activities, different places, and then yeah, like Manu was saying, no, not looking for adrenaline. I do, miss the adrenaline. I'm an adrenaline junkie, so I try to go different places a lot.
Just after 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. No, I told you, I wake up for diving. For diving, I can wake up. For skiing, I can wake up. For physical activities. But I mean, the chat, why we doing a 9? Like, we could have done it in the afternoon. Nobody has nothing to do.
That's a good point. But coffee in the afternoon, I don't drink coffee in the afternoon.
I think it's because Harvey doesn't let him sleep in the morning, so he tried to make me pay for it.
He could put water in there. Nobody will know. Come on.
No, but we are honest. We are true.
Coffee all day, morning, afternoon, doesn't matter.
I do all day too.
Hey,
not good for you, Tiago. Not good for you.
It doesn't do anything to me anymore.
That's what the coaches do.
Yeah. Well, I forgot to ask you how you thought of the coffee shops in Australia when you were there.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I love actually visiting Australia and going different places. Melbourne, Sydney, very different, but two cool cities. And then I drove in between them, and all the beaches on the way from there to Melbourne was super nice. So I really had a great time.
Buddy, how's the aftermath of the fires? What do you hear? Because with the COVID and all that, I mean, we didn't hear any more about what happened over there.
Yeah, we obviously went down there for All-Star break, and it was rough to see. Obviously, the communities, the wildlife, the effects that it had. It was no question going to be a long-term recovery effort on their part, to the point where, by the time that they'll be able to get back on their feet, a lot of these places, the fires will be back once again if the land isn't managed and looked after the right way. So, September, October, November is a dangerous time coming up for the fire season. So, I mean, you know, for people that were affected by that, having to now worry about this pandemic, it was rough and still is rough on them. So I can't even imagine what these communities are going through, having to be quarantined, you know, in places. I mean, they don't have a home and they're staying, you know, in temporary places, and now they're quarantined and that. So, I mean, it's definitely bad. But a lot of the remote communities have been looked after by the federal police and making sure that people aren't coming in and being able to spread the virus that way, or coming into grocery stores and hoarding stuff, which is good. But yeah, it's like a double whammy.
Oh, I can't even picture it.
Showing you bad luck for sure.
Favorite 2014 memory could be on the court, off the court, but I think this can be our last story or answer that we can all give as a tribute to the fans and their questions, and hope we can keep this thing rolling. So I don't know who wants to start. Just reverse it. Want to start over there, or Tiago?
Well, my favorite moment, I think we had a lot of moments that, you know, we remember with love, but I think Game 5, those 2 minutes when you made a couple threes, Manu made another one, I did the block, Boris was there. I think it was a time that, you know, we, you know, enjoy ourselves in the court. We knew we were getting close to win NBA title. It was very special for me.
I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit teary-eyed watching that video that came up.
Yeah,
it was nice.
It was sweet. Yeah,
it was great memory. I mean, overall, the whole series and the way we were playing, and to me, it was great because of not only, you know, winning, but the way we did it, and became, you know, well recognized worldwide, and in Europe, people were talking about it. So we knew that something was special was happening at that time. And it was super cool. I mean, the right after, you know, we went back to the locker room, did all the photo shoot. We did the gang photo shoot, you know, with our everything. So it was this whole celebration was actually, you know, super cool. So yeah, that was definitely, you know, a great time. And then for me, it was my only title. Yeah, that picture.
there you go.
Right under his hair.
I had it handy. You mentioned it, and I had it here.
So yeah, so that was super cool time.
Gramps.
Of course, that was an amazing moment. But getting into that year or the year before, we had, you know, we were all four part of that second unit, and I remember getting on the court and just complete chaos, just running all over the place. Running that summertime and passing the ball from one side to the other, and just, you know, sometimes easy passes, but having fun with it and run all over the place was sometimes so much fun to watch and to feel. It's a great memory how we the ball, how we enjoyed the successes of our teammates and the final product that was, you know, getting wins and boosting everybody's mood and game. I have a few concrete moments that I remember of, you know, games just where 5, whoever were in the bench, and many times was us 4 getting in there and changing everything and just running all over the place was so much fun. So I haven't got to the point where I started watching videos. I watched the clip that you sent us, buddy, from that game. But one time I would like to watch one of those just regular season games in which we were like in chaos and running all over the place and passing, you know, 10 times in every possession. It was and yeah, screaming juice. It was awesome.
Good stuff, Ballers. Thank you for jumping on Coffee Gang, coming in the shop, having morning coffees in the morning. This has been awesome. Good memories, good times as always.
All right, guys.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.